Hey, this is Steven from TheLegitPC, and welcome to my review of Wolfenstein: The New Order. This game was really cool. I think I got a good deal on it, 15 bucks off, and I found another website now that I think is selling it for like 47. Pretty good deal. Alright, so first, of course, we're going to go over the video options. So here we're going through the video options here, and you see it's got an FOV setting, full screen mode, 1920 by 1080. At the very top, you see we have advanced options, so we are going to go into advanced options. This is also a OpenGL game. This is not a DirectX game. So here we're going to go. I started off in custom, but I ended up just playing it in high. So if you have a 660 Ti like I have, I would run it in high. High mode is perfectly fine. Custom, it wouldn't even really play. It would play at like 2 frames or whatever. So yeah, I would suggest running it on just high, and then if you really want it to be the best possible setup, you could just increase it until you have that problem that I was telling you, where you go down to like 2 or 3 frames a second. Alright, so the game plays pretty much flawlessly. It's very, very smooth. There's no stuttering. There's very, very little tearing. The VSync takes care of most of this for you. And it's overall a great experience of a game, and I think I had about, let me go ahead and look up how long it took me to beat it. It took me 11 hours to beat it. So I'll just let you enjoy this gameplay here.
I didn't see him coming.
So most of the game is a lot of action. There's very, very little talking sections. There is a few where like you have to go and run errands, and it's kind of annoying because you don't know where any of the stuff is. So you have to look through some places to find it or whatever. But most of the time when you're facing enemies, you don't have to do any of that stuff. And of course, there's also unlockables, and there are some portions of the game where it lets you make decisions, and that those decisions contribute to how the game proceeds. You see all the graphic theme and everything is very, very very well done, and you don't see this type of theme everywhere, but I think that it was very, very well written, and the gameplay is definitely well worth it, as well as having those options where you could have go through it again and do different options and see how it plays through that way. Also, there's other things where you could unlock and unlock extra gameplay modes called Enigma codes. So the game is pretty puzzle-free. There's not too many puzzles, so it's just mainly action and story, just like a Call of Duty game. You know, it's basically, yeah, set up just like a Call of Duty game. It's got that flow just like a Call of Duty game, except for there is a major problem in this particular game. Is if you saw there on the bottom those little white blocks, it has a lot of rendering problems in the OpenGL. It will have random things appear, like instead of having an asset there, like the Wolfenstein logo, it will just be a purple box. Or yeah, so we'll have weird artifacting like that, and it's not from, you know, it's not from graphics card heating up or anything like that. It has something to do with, I believe this is the id engine, that, you know, a further iteration of it that the original Doom played on, and all the other Wolfensteins. but a serious fallback there on that. You see there the white boxes have popped back up at the bottom, and now they disappeared again. Kind of disappointing there with that, but I mean it never really gets in the way of gameplay. Also, there's a couple portions where the screen wouldn't even render out. It's just a black screen, and then you do restart from checkpoint and it comes back up. And of course, another big portion of the game is boss fight after boss fight after boss fight of fighting larger monsters such as this. You see here dual-wielding weapons. And another bigger monster, and then bigger monsters and bigger monsters. But it does get to a portion where at the beginning it might not seem that hard until you get to portions where there are bigger rooms. There's very little to hide behind, and there's a lot more. There could be 3 of those monsters in one room shooting at you, as well as grunt, smaller enemies, etc., etc. And here is a bigger boss fight. Talking more about the game, the weapons are absolutely awesome. The weapon art, each one of the guns has like an alternative fire, like shooting rocket launchers, silencers, energy shots. What else? There's also upgrades that you can find that are hidden to increase the damage. Like here, the secondary fire is cluster shot, where it spreads out the shots. Also, yeah, this is the reason why I had this in here. You also go to a lot of different places. You do stuff like taking over U-boats. This is the Nazi moon facility, so you go and do a moonwalk, which is also really cool. You do, like, there's also a mini game that you'll see here where you go back to Castle Wolfenstein, which is an old throwback to the previous games. So overall, great looking game, great playability. I mean, it plays really smooth, as you could see. It's got a lot of gun options, and I think that story is pretty good. And decent playthrough time, 11 hours is pretty good. Very little glitches that I know of. You know, it plays pretty smooth. There's no glitches where you get angry about it or nothing like that. So, all in all, I give the game a 10 out of 10. Of course, there's no online mode, there's no multiplayer mode, there's nothing like that. So, but it is a single player game. So I guess the main thing that matters is that it has a good story, and I believe it does. It has some parts that are kind of, not believable, where, heroes take way too many bullets and still live. And there's also little hidden mini games such as this, Escape from Castle Wolfenstein. You could play this when you get to a certain point. So like every time you go on a mission, you could come back and play this and it restarts. So I have a good little portion inside this video of Escape from Castle Wolfenstein here. Yeah, I haven't really played any of the previous Wolfenstein games, so I don't know if it stays too true to the series, this new Wolfenstein New Order game does or does not, but I mean, right here, it kind of gives you an ode to the previous games, Escape from Castle Wolfenstein here. Also, I didn't mention that the characters are really good in this game. as well as the voice acting. The voice acting is very, very good. The cutscene is very, very good. The flow of the story is very smooth. It is evenly paced, but there is some portions where it's like I don't really know why that's there in a couple portions, but that's very far in between. It's a very as far as I'm concerned, a very well executed game. It would be the type of game, you know, I'm getting into game design myself. It would be the type of game that I would want to make. The type of story that I would want to tell, etc., etc. And it's very also like BioShock Infinite. It also has that kind of theme as well, as you could clearly see when you go to. Alright, so let's go into the conclusion. Alright, so the conclusion is that this game is very, very well executed. A lot of fun. I really enjoyed playing it, and the game keeps going on. You know, it's got a lot of gameplay and a lot of cool guns in different situations, different places, different settings, and a lot of cool things that they came up with, as well as unlockables, such as if you explore, you can find collectibles and enigma codes to unlock different game modes. You have concept art. I really like seeing concept arts in games, etc., etc. So overall, a very well executed game. I would highly recommend you get it if you haven't got it already. And I guess it is semi-comparable to BioShock. Maybe not nearly on that tier of story, but for anybody that's into this type of stuff, it's a very, very cool story. And I think it's a very similar playthrough time as well. And as well, like I said, the characters are great. Acting's great. All the animations are pretty good. I mean, there's some clipping where like some parts will just go through each other without, you know, it's like, why didn't you? How come you didn't see that this would go through there? And some weird animation things that you turn around and go behind a monster and you'll just like flip around really quick instead of turning, you know, having to turn slowly through a radius. But those are all things that you could overlook. So, you know, it's had a couple errors, but overall a very, very well executed game. So go ahead and check it out. I'll have links for it in the description where you can pick it up. Yeah, I'd like to thank you for watching this review. It is a little shorter than my usual review. I didn't have as much footage in there as I would like, but I still think that it's adequate to give you a good idea. If you want to see more footage, go ahead and check out my day one. That has 30 minutes of gameplay on there. And yeah, so go ahead and check it out in the description. Alright, this has been Steven from TheLegitPC. I'd like to thank you for watching my review of Wolfenstein, The New Order. And if you like this video, please subscribe for more videos like it. And if you like what I do, please back me or support me on Patreon. The link will be in the description. Check out my announcements on my channel. And yeah, it should help me do some hardware reviews. Alright, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take it easy. Peace.